Yo, what is up? So in this tutorial, we're gonna start to do some work on our a color adjustment menu. So this will be the end result of it. This is quite a bit of work to get you know this result. So we're gonna break this down into a few different videos. For this part, we're gonna be creating this material that shows us the color adjustments, and we're gonna be creating the general menu here. And yeah, let's get started. All right, so first thing we're gonna do, let's hop into our main menu level. And then before we do anything in the widget, we're gonna go down to our materials right here, and we're gonna make a new folder in here called color picker. And we're gonna go into that folder, and we're gonna right click and make a new material, and we're just gonna call this color picker underscore M. And then we're gonna open that up, and right here we're gonna change this. We're gonna change the domain of it over here from surface to user interface. And basically what we have to do is we need to make the color picker that you kind of saw in the example that I was showing. Let me pull this up. So basically we have to recreate this. So this is something, the material, this is something I don't really fully understand. I actually followed a tutorial myself for this. So if you want to you know, watch the tutorial that I watched to get this, then I'll leave a link to that tutorial down in the description. But for me, I'm just gonna recreate this. This is definitely above my knowledge, so yeah, let's just get started. So we need a texture coordinate, so let's grab that. We're gonna right click, get a texture coordinate, pull this in. Then we're gonna get a breakout float 2. So pull off of here. We're gonna get breakout float 2 components right here, and then we get our R channel and then our G channel. Oh, whoops! Let me go back. Close that. So our red channel and then our green channel. Then what we're gonna want. So we need to make. We don't need that actually. That's just kind of there from something I was testing. So from our R channel, we want to make float 3. So let's do that. Make float 3 like this. Then we want to get a constant and put that into the Y channel of the float. So press 1 on your keyboard and click. We're going to plug that in. And we're going to set that constant to be 1. And I'm just going to straighten that up a bit right there. And then what we want is we want a lerp right here. So let's just right click and lerp. It'll be this linear interpolate right here. We're going to plug that into the Z. And then on this lerp, we want to set the B value to 0, the alpha to 0.5. So yeah, B value to 0, alpha to 0.5. And then that A value is going to be a 1 minus from our G. So we'll pull off of this, and we'll get a 1 minus. And we'll hook that into the A right there. And just double check that. So yeah, that's going into the A from the G. And then off of this make 3, we want to get a breakout 3 components. So we're just going to pull off of here, get breakout 3 components. And then from there, what we want to do is we want to make another float 3 off of the red channel of this. Let me just pull this guy down. So right here, we're going to make float 3 like that. And then for the red channel can go into all 3 of these. So let's just hook all 3 of those up like that. And then what we want is we want to add So pull off of this, we're gonna add. And we need to add basically all of this stuff down here. So off of this, we need to make float 3. So let's do make float 3. Like that. And then off the make float 3, we're not gonna go to that. Let's go straight to this make float 4 right here. So let's just right click, make float 4. And then what we want to do in there is we want a constant in the X. So press 1 on your keyboard and click. Hook that up. I think the value was 1. Let me just double check that. Yeah, the value is 1. And then we want to divide the Y and the Z. So off of the Y, we're just going to divide. And what we want to divide is 2 by 3. So the A value is going to be 2. And the B value is going to be 3. Then off this one, we want to divide again. So let's divide. And then we're going to divide that 1 by 3. So 1 is fine. And then we're going to set that B to 3. And then off of this bottom value here, it looks like we want a constant again. Let's make sure that's, yeah, just press 1 on your keyboard and click and set that to 3. And hook that up. And then we want to get a break 4 components right here. So pull off of your make float 4. We're going to break float 4. Like that. And we just want to hook these straight in. Let me look at that. The R, G, and B will go straight in off of this breakout float 4. Like that. And then what we want to do is we're going to, let's go ahead and off the add right here, we're going to get a frac like this. And then we want to multiply this. So, multiply. And we want to multiply that by 6, I believe was the value. Yeah, 6. Then we want to subtract. So pull off of this, and we're going to subtract. Like that. And what we want to subtract is the alpha from this. So off of this alpha, we're going to make another float 3. So off the alpha of this breakout float 4, we're going to make float 3. Like that, and I'm just going to pull this subtract down. And we want to subtract... we want to put this value into all 3 of these. So double click on this wire right here. We're going to hook it into all 3 of these values right here, and then we're going to hook this into the subtract right here. Like that. And then what we want is we want to get the absolute from the subtract. So pull off of here, get the absolute, ABS, that one right there. And then off the absolute, we want to subtract again. So subtract. And what we want to subtract is the R channel of this breakout float 4 component. We want to make a float 3 from that. So on the R back here, we're just going to pull off, make float 3, and double click on it. Or you can add a wire to that right there. Straighten it up. And we want to hook this into all 3 of these values as well. So let's just add another wire down here and hook all of these in. Straighten it up a bit. And we want to add... we want to put this into this subtract right here. So hook it up. And then we want to get a clamp off of the subtract. So clamp. And what we want to clamp is between 0 and 1, so those values should be fine the way they are. And then we want a lerp, so another linear interpolate. So lerp, linear interpolate. I'll pull this guy back. And then we want to multiply. So pull off of this, and then multiply. And what we want to multiply is the B channel of this breakout float 3 component, which is, let me check and make sure which one it is. Yeah, it's this one right here. So we want to multiply that. So you can just double click on this to get a reroute. Pull that wire up to keep it straight. I'm just going to highlight all of this and press Q. Keep it all straight. And I'm trying to see what this green value is going to. Oh, we want that to go into the alpha of the lerp right here. So let me check that. Okay, we're going to get another lerp. The clamp and then lerp. Okay. So yeah, we got some things to do on this lerp that I kind of skipped over. So on the alpha... Okay, so yeah, we messed up right here. Don't hook that clamp into the A. We want to do something else right there. So we want to hook this A of this lerp into this make float 3 down here. This one. So hook that up. And then we're going to hook the clamp into the B. So hook that up. And then the alpha of that is coming from our G channel of the breakout float 3 component up here. Just hook that into the alpha. Double click on it to get a reroute. And I'm just going to pull that guy up. Like that. And I'm going to kind of do what I did right here. I added a reroute on the blue channel. And just moved it up. And I'm going to move this reroute up as well. That way it's easier to tell where they're coming from. And just press Q on them. Straighten them up. So that should be good. So off of that multiply, down here at the end, that should be good. Let's test it and see. Yep, perfect. Perfect. So it's definitely complicated. If you want, I will also, and the link that I'm gonna leave, it's kind of hard to see if you zoom, but I'll also add this picture into the folder so that you know, if this is kind of hard to do, you can at least kind of look at the same reference I'm looking at, because this is definitely complicated. Yeah, that's the material we want, so just apply and save. And yeah, the material is good, so now we just need to make our all we're gonna do is add make our menu. So go to your blueprints, widgets, main menu widget, and we're just gonna duplicate this this menu right here. So go to the skin color border right here. We're just gonna close some of this. I'm gonna close some of these buttons because we got a bunch of buttons on that. Yeah, close some of that. We're just gonna duplicate this skin color border, and we need to go through and delete all of those buttons now. So all these preset color size boxes, I'm just gonna go through and delete those like that. So all of those are deleted. And let's see. So go to your the new border here. We're gonna rename this to adjust color border. Then we're gonna go to the scroll box border, and we're gonna rename this to adjust color scroll box border. I see a little typo in there. Let me fix that. So yeah, adjust, another typo that I just made. Let me fix that. adjust color scroll box border. That's what we're gonna call it. Then go to our scroll box. We're gonna call this adjust color scroll box. And let's see. Let's go ahead and position this. So on click on your adjust color border, and we're gonna set the Y position to 0, and we're just gonna copy the X position from this border. So just figure out what that is. Click on your border. Looks like it's 725, so that's what we will make this. So go to your position, click 725 like that. And what we want to do here is let's delete. Actually, let's just delete this button. Yeah, let's delete this button here. And what was that in? Let's delete the size box it was in as well. And then move that up. And we're gonna we need to rename this. So go to your preset color description size box here. We're gonna rename this to adjust color. Adjust color text size box. Yeah, that's what we'll call it. Adjust color text size box. Then go to this preset colors description horizontal box, and we're gonna rename this to adjust color text horizontal box. Then we're gonna go to the text, and we're just gonna call this adjust colors text. And then the text, we're gonna make it say adjust color like that. And then what we're gonna do is we're gonna go to the size box, and we're gonna duplicate that guy right there. And so in here, we're gonna call this previous color and current, or actually let's just call it current color, because in my testing I haven't quite gotten the previous color to work yet. So just in case I don't get that to work, let's just call it current color size box. And if I get the previous color thing to work, we can just add that in later. So let's go to our adjust colors text horizontal box, and we're just gonna rename this to current colors text horizontal box. Or actually, let's get rid of text, so this is not gonna be a text. Just call it current colors horizontal box. And then on the text, we're just gonna delete that, and we're gonna bring in a border and put this on our horizontal box. And we'll set that to fill, and we'll just, for now, we'll add some padding on the left side of, let's say, 75, and then on the right side of, say, 75, and on the top of maybe let's do 15, and then on the bottom 15, like that. And it'll just, you know, we'll make this show our the color that we're scrolling over, you know, it'll show that. So next, what we want is, let's go to our scroll box, let's go up here, and we're gonna look for a I forget what it's called, Synth 2D slider. This is what we want. So pull this in onto the scroll box, and what we want to do with this, go to your Synth 2D slider that we just brought in. We're gonna wrap that with a size box. So go to that new size box, and we're gonna give it a height override of maybe 100. Let's try 200. Yeah, I think 200 looks good. About 200. And basically, this is gonna be our you know, this is gonna be our color picker. It'll show all the colors and stuff on it, and we're gonna put our material on it. So on the size box, we're gonna call this color picker size box. And then on the synth 2D slider, we want to just call this color picker synth 2D slider. And then on the synth 2D slider, we're gonna go to the style here. We're gonna open up the background image, and we're gonna pull in our, let's just look up our color picker. Color picker. We're gonna pull in and add our color picker material to this. And then you see this little white box. So basically this is, you know when you're on a color picker and you normally see like a little circle that hovers over the color. That's what this little white box is, which is this thing, the normal thumb image. So I have an image for this that I made. So I'm just gonna bring that texture in. I'll also put this in the folder so you can grab this. Texture, put it in main menu. Let me go to my textures and just pull it in right here. So it's just going to be a little circle that indicates where we are on choosing a color. So I'm just going to pull that guy in, and you see it's just a little circle. And I'm going to shrink that image size down to about, I don't know, 20 and 20, maybe a little smaller. Let's try maybe 16 by 16. Yeah, something more like that. So we'll compile and save. And we need our sliders as well. So let's go ahead and find our sliders. So go up here to the search palette and just type in slider. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna pull a slider in onto our adjust color scroll box. Should go under it like that. Yeah, click on the slider, and this is gonna be our saturation slider. And let's go into the style of it. Go into the bar thickness. I'm gonna make this like 20, maybe. Yeah, 20, and then we're gonna go back up, and I'm gonna add some padding to the top of, let's say, 5, and then the bottom of 5 as well. And for now, that should be good. So all we're gonna do is we're just gonna duplicate this slider, and this new slider we're gonna call our value slider. So this will be the slider that, you know, adjusts like how dark and stuff it is. But for now, that should be good. So let's just set the visibility of this menu. So let's go to the adjust color border, make sure it's a variable. And what we want to do is when we click on our adjust color button, so let's find that button. It should be on our other border, wherever it is. Skin color border. Adjust skin color button. Yeah, go to that button. Then go down to the on clicked. And we're just going to move this new button up here. And we're going to copy some of this that we got going on right here. So let's copy our set color menu open. Let's copy our set visibility, and let's copy our play sound. So just copy that and paste it. Also grab the skin color border, copy and paste that, because we're going to set that to be hidden. Plug that into the set visibility, plug this into the button. Change this from visible to hidden. Set this boolean to be false. We're going to make a new boolean, so let's go to our booleans. Right here. So just duplicate one of your booleans. We're going to call this skin color adjustment menu open. And we're going to pull this in, and we're going to set that to be true. And we're just going to hook that up. Pull hook that up. Pull all of this back. And we're going to copy this set visibility. Copy and paste. Plug it in. And we're going to set this to be visible. And what we want to set visible is our new border. So go to your adjust color border. Let's check the visibility on it. Yeah, it's already to hidden. So let's just go back to the graph. Pull this adjust color border in. Get it. And we're going to hook that in. And we're going to set that to be visible. So that should be good. Let's just give it a little test real quick. So let's see. We go to new game, vagabond, detailed appearance, skin color, adjust color, and the menu comes up. And you know, we'll have to change some more of this later. But as you can see, if you click and drag this around, that's kind of how the color picker is. And yeah. That's going to be the start of it. Now in the next part we got a lot more to do. We've got some functions to make, and you know, basically all of the we've got to remake these materials as well. And yeah, we still got quite a bit to do, but we got a good start. So let's go ahead and call it here. If you like the video, hit the like button. If you're new around here, definitely subscribe. If you have any questions, let me know those down in the comments, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace out.